My question is for the Premier. Mr. Speaker, everyone in Ottawa knows that the Premier and this government abandoned the nation's capital during the convoy occupation last year. In fact, Justice Rouleau said, "I find the province of Ontario's reluctance to become fully engaged in such efforts directed at resolving the situation in Ottawa as troubling." Now, a few weeks later, the Premier and this government would abandon Ottawa again when a massive windstorm with winds of 190 kilometres an hour ripped through the city and left 180,000 residents without power. Now, Ottawa taxpayers are collectively on the hook for tens of millions of dollars for the cleanup of the storm and from the convoy. Individual farmers and homeowners in Glengarry, Prescott, Russell have holes in the walls of their barns and in the roofs of their barns, Mr. Speaker, this winter. Instead of storing equipment and hay, those barns are expensive storage for snowdrifts. So when Ottawa is in crisis, why does this government always turn its back and say no?
The Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I think there's a reason why there's only a few Liberals in the House, and part of that reason is because they ignored not only Ottawa but so many parts of the province of Ontario for so long. Look, we have made some very, very significant investments in the nation's capital, Mr. Speaker, and I hear the members over there groaning because they don't like to talk about the transit investments we made. I understand why that member doesn't want to talk about the transit investments that we made, because when he was responsible for those transit investments, he couldn't get it done. The system was broken, so we've had to step in and make sure that it works well, Mr. Speaker. We've made investments in health care in Ottawa, the Ottawa Civic Hospital, Mr. Speaker, Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario, all investments that could have been made under the Liberals, but we're not made under the Liberals, Mr. Speaker. We're making those investments on behalf of the people of the province of Ontario. We are bringing back the automotive sector in the province of Ontario. In part, you know who's going to benefit from that? The high-tech sector in Ottawa will play such an important role, Mr. Speaker. Thousands of jobs. We're expanding the highway between Toronto and Ottawa, Mr. Speaker. We're getting the job.
Thank you. Supplementary question.
Thanks very much, Mr. Speaker. My supplementary is also for the Premier. Now, the City of Ottawa continues to ask this government for help, and this government continues to turn its cold shoulder. City Council and the Mayor have both expressed grave concerns over Bill 23 and the impact that will have on the city's finances, their inability to maintain infrastructure without drastically increasing taxes. In fact, this year, the City of Ottawa is cutting transit funding and using growth funds to balance their budget, a situation that won't be able to continue for long without massive property tax increases, Mr. Speaker. Ottawa taxpayers were hit again with the funding formula change to Ottawa Public Health. In fact, the Chair of Public Health says that will add $3 million to Ottawa taxpayers' responsibilities if this isn't addressed by the government, Mr. Speaker. Ottawa taxpayers simply can't fulfill the bill that this government wants to send them. So given the economic damage they're already creating in Ottawa and the upcoming budget, will the government reverse course on public health funding formula and ensure Ottawa isn't shortchanged $3 million?
The Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
You know, Speaker, the opposition keeps talking about, our More Homes Built Faster initiative, but again, they're very selective, in sections of the report. So to answer the question, I'm going to read exactly what's in this report, and it's on page 18. It starts, reduce the cost to build, buy, and rent. The price you pay to buy or rent a home is directly driven by how much it costs to build a home. In Ontario, costs to build homes have dramatically increased at an unprecedented pace over the past decade. Speaker, again, our government is committed on ensuring that nonprofit housing, a purpose-built rental, we want to make sure that everyone that wants a home that meets their needs in their budget. And again, this is what motivates me. These young people in the gallery. I want to ensure that they have a home that meets their needs in their budget. We're committed to build 1.5 million homes over the next 10 years.
Thank you.